Another day, another black t-shirt. So I'm gonna change my approach just a little bit, where I've been more so like ranting with certain points in mind. So if you see me like glancing to the left, it's because I'm looking at like small talking points, because I really do hate disorder when I'm trying to convey a point. So this video is gonna be more so centered on how the work works on you. So my overall message is always going to be, whatever it is that you want to do, whatever it is that you want to figure out, you're much better off just going about doing it. Don't spend so much time trying to figure it out. Don't spend so much time trying to prepare. Don't spend so much time trying to learn. And it's not even like these things are bad. What ends up happening is that you end up spending more time getting ready than actually doing things, than actually executing, than actually making progress, than actually looking at things that you've done, getting feedback and making the necessary adjustments so you can get to where you need to get to faster. This is why, one of the greatest examples of this are entrepreneurs who are essentially starting businesses and learning how to run businesses as they do it. Relative to somebody who goes to business school, learns all the necessary information, and then once they leave, then they start their business. Where you have people who have essentially been a business owner for about 4 years, and they can more so deal with real life situations. A person who's been preparing for 4 years can probably deal with a lot of like small things and loopholes, and also very major big things, but there is such a more definitive benefit from just attacking life and learning from the results of that, learning from that feedback system that I'm never gonna stop talking about because of how important it is. So essentially, like, you have a goal. Anybody who watches videos like this, anybody who goes on YouTube to self-improve or to take one step closer to where they wanna be, it really starts with, you are typically far from what you want, or you're not clear on what you want. And if you're not clear on what you want, you're far from what you want. So you are at point A and you have a vague notion or have a clear notion of what point B is, and you're not remotely close. You have to then make the decision of doing the research or lack thereof to get you to that position. So that would require you start doing actionable steps. Now, in that phase of wanting to get to where you want to get to, but you are who you are in that moment, what's going to end up happening is there's going to be an internal conflict. That internal conflict is essentially your subconscious trying to protect who you think you are in the moment by finding different ways to test you, to deter you. For someone who's highly intelligent, that would come in the form of an analytical loop where, you're dead set on doing what you want to do, but you end up essentially spending weeks, months, years doing research for the thing that you want to do until life has essentially beat down the desire and the flame out of your heart, and you end up doing nothing. And you end up wondering, damn, why didn't I? It's because you did nothing. It's not even because there was something in your way. It's not even because something was stopping you. It wasn't even because of your environment, your hard times. You didn't do what you wanted to do because you did nothing. And that's something you're gonna have to accept in order for you to start doing something, is to understand you did nothing. So to start doing something, start from there. So first, where you wanna go requires you to become something you're currently not. Understand that people who are in a position of success, yes, they're there because of certain actions. Sometimes they're there because of favors. Other times they're there because of inheritance. All of those things are actually extensions of simply who they are. The person they are. Allow them to be there. So someone who is a successful entrepreneur, if they were to build a business and that business were to fail, they are the person that would be needed to build another business. Because whatever external results that you see people experience is more so because of internal things. External things are more so of an external things are more of an extension of internal things, right? So it doesn't really matter like what the fuck you think about yourself. No, let me rephrase that. It matters so much how you think about yourself, because your self-image is essentially like your subconscious ceiling of how high you can go. So in a sense, your goal is to reach that destination, but it's also to become the person who can reach that destination, right? That's what the journey is for. The journey is to transform you into the person that is able to accomplish the goal, right? And it's not like you can't do it now, but to do it the way that you envision, to experience it the way that you envision, you have to become that. And in order for you to become that, sort of a subconscious trick is to act as if you're that already, which is like a whole other topic that requires a lot of internal work. But I feel like the best way to make any type of internal progress is for external actions. So I'm not going to focus on that specific matter, but I'll probably cover it in a different video. But it has a lot to do with paradigm shifting and identity shifting and a lot of internal things. But I believe that action is truly the way to make any type of lasting and permanent change. So you start doing things that goes against who you are in this current moment. So I actually had a friend of mine who suggested some form of content. And at this point, I feel like I'm in a state of I am more focused on executing, on putting out, what do I need to do, what should I do? And he gives me this idea, and I was just like, I don't know about that. Like, I was trying to see myself doing the idea, and I was just like, I was taken back. Like, I just didn't like it. And then I started thinking, like, why don't I like it? What is wrong with this idea? People do it all the time. I was taken back by this idea, or I rejected the notion of this idea more so because I didn't see myself as the type of person who could successfully do it and feel comfortable while doing it while not looking fucking silly on camera. See, I'm the type of person, like, if we're doing a photo shoot, right? It's so much better to essentially not tell me you're taking pictures of me. You're gonna get the best pictures of me. But the moment I am aware that pictures are on me, I kind of freeze up, turn into a dead fish. And it's still something that I'm working on. And hopefully through this experience of constantly vlogging, uploading my thoughts, speaking to the camera, I'm just gonna get better and better and feel more comfortable, more at ease with like being myself or projecting myself and not hiding or feeling I need to cover up. Because at the end of the day, I have nothing to be afraid of, and neither do you. So if you're the type of person where, you know, you have a fear of putting yourself out there, get that shit out of your fucking head. You deserve to be seen, you deserve to be heard, and whatever it is you want to share deserves to be shared. So don't spend months, years of your life just essentially hiding away. You know, I've done that. And, you know, at first I thought it was like real rebellious, but then when I started to really grow as a person, I started to see like I'm really just doing myself a disservice. I don't have to interact with social media the way everybody else does, but it's so much better for me to be able to create a digital footprint to show people what I'm about. You know, because a digital footprint at the end of the day is a resume, but I digress. So you start doing things that goes against what you know to do. So all the things that make you feel comfortable, take a moment to look around and ask yourself, are you comfortable where you are? And then look at the things that make you feel comfortable to do. And you need to understand that most of those things are gonna have to change. And understand that in the process of the journey, those things are gonna end up being replaced by other things, or they're gonna evolve into something else that you may not even expect it to. So, after you go through that initial awkward phase of doing things that are a bit what you perceive to be opposite of who you are right now in the moment, after you get through that weird hump, you start to actually like make progress, right? And things begin to change. And this is where it's like, this is really one of my favorite aspects about transformations, right? It's this sense of like, I don't even see myself being this or becoming this, but if these are the things that I have to do in order for me to get there, then I'm just gonna have to fucking do it. And when you make that commitment and you start going through that process, little things start to change, right? One of the first things I noticed that ends up changing is your priorities. So if changing or reaching your goal is the number one priority, and these new behaviors are necessary for you to get there, your old behaviors and these new behaviors, they start to clash. They start to clash. And the more consistent you are with the change or transformation you're trying to make, the more the new behaviors you're gonna win, and the more there's gonna be a sudden change in how you approach the day. You know, sometimes you would have woken up at whatever time, 12, 11 a.m. And then suddenly in this progress or transformation of this journey, waking up at that time feels fucking crazy. Like, whoa, 11, I just lost. I need to at least be waking up at like maybe 7 or 8. And then all of a sudden 7 to 8 feels a little late. Maybe 5:30, 6 o'clock might be best. It's a very subtle change, because you start to become more aware of like the things that you can do to actually help yourself. And these natural behaviors that you would do without really thinking, you start to analyze them. Like, sometimes you don't even analyze it. You just make the decision to be like, I need to be doing this, without even thinking about what was in the way before. And other times where you're the type of person to analyze like me, you start to compare and contrast, like, damn, wait a second. You know, I used to just like be laid up watching some of my favorite movies or shows, and this shit would be fucking around like 2, 3 hours of 4 hours of like mindless entertainment. Now, if I get the feeling of like, I want to watch The Godfather or something, which is a 2 to 3 hour movie, I could be doing push-ups during that entire time. I could be doing curls, I could be doing hammer curls, I could be doing squats, I could be doing sit-ups. So I'm getting a full workout during like that entertainment. And that is such a small, subtle, and like not even worth noting kind of shift. But the thing is that the way that makes me attack moments is so different, because now I'm not asking for permission to do the things that I know I should do. Now it's a matter of like, I can, on one hand, engage the part of myself that wants to be entertained, and on the other hand, engage the part of myself that wants to grow. All because I've now prioritized that I need to work out, because I can't be walking around here all flimsy, skinny, and skimp as shit. Because if worse comes to worse and somebody tries to harm me or harm my woman or harm my family, I need to be strong enough, brave enough, ready enough. Not even brave enough, because that's not even a question. It's just a matter of ready enough to be competent enough and strong enough to handle whatever situation that occurs, whether it's like somebody on the street or a catastrophe. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I need to be ready, and I can find pockets in my day to do that. You know, I'm literally taking my 15 at work and I'm doing push-ups in the area that is like public but can't necessarily be seen, and I'm not going to be criticized for it. But this is something I always could have did throughout my entire life. I could have easily found moments to do this. And whenever working out was a priority or a desire or a goal, I made it that. In moments where it seemed like, why? But this is what the work does to you. This is what a journey will do to you. It will start to arrange your priorities on its own without even you really thinking about it. I was literally having a serious conversation with my girlfriend about life, about where we want to be, and talking about the past. In the middle of this, I'm just doing push-ups and I'm working out. I'm working out while I'm having this conversation, and at the end of the day, I could have did that so many times at so many different points. But the thing is, my mind has shifted to where I need to hit these specific goals before the day is done, period. So I'm gonna get it however. I'm gonna get it however, whenever, and it doesn't matter what time I wake up, what time I go to sleep. This is the gap. This is how much time I have in a day. Within this space, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna record a vlog. I'm gonna make a beat. I'm gonna upload that beat. I'm gonna work out. I'm gonna get my mind right. I'm gonna readjust my approach, see what I need to do, because at the end of the day, we all have the same amount of time, right? We all have 24 hours. But what separates one person from another person is how to utilize that time. And to be honest, sometimes it's so difficult for you to really figure out how to capitalize on your day with maximum efficiency. And I think the best way to do that is to first have a goal and then start doing the process of meeting that goal and watch what happens to you. Watch the subtle changes you'll make. Watch how your body and your nervous system will start to respond or desire or crave certain things. Like, as I'm starting to work out more, my fucking appetite is going through the roof. I feel like I'm hungrier than ever. I feel like I could eat a McDouble, and then as soon as I'm done, I feel like I want to like curl or something like that. Like, these are the things that are changing within me, right? The second thing is like, so the first thing I wanted to touch on that changes during the process of like the working on you is your priorities start to shift sometimes without you even realizing it. And the second thing would be perspective, right? So now how you see situations starts to shift. The same things that would be a bit of a pushback, a bit of a challenge, or not just a bit, like a real fucking challenge, a real fucking problem, a real fucking situation, is now an opportunity. The same thing that would stress you the fuck out because of the things that you've been putting yourself through, it's now an opportunity. Now it's like, shit, I can't wait to deal with that. You know, I think the gym is a wonderful example because it offers so many parables. So, for example, if you're going through something that gives you so much fucking stress, your perspective on it is essentially like, I can't wait till this is over. I would much rather avoid it. I don't want to deal with it. For me, I think the greatest parallel to that is trying to bench 225 pounds when you've never done it before. Let me tell you something. The process from going like completely out of shape to benching 225 pounds is not an easy one. And then even when you finally get there, there's a part of you that is genuinely scared that you were going to hurt yourself, especially when you do it without a spotter. And if you're like me, you were definitely going to do it without a spotter because you're a man. So I assure you, the first couple times of me doing it, I was afraid, and then it started to turn into a game. Then it started to turn into like, well, fuck, if I could do 5 of these, let's see if I could do 7 of these. If I could do 1 set, how much could I do in the second set? If I was able to do it. So it just started to be like, instead of this grueling weight that I was just kind of intimidated from, it started to actually become this challenge I couldn't wait to meet and see how I would respond to. That exact process is what the work does to you. Your whole perspective just shifts. You're like, there's certain people out there, they're like, man, I can't wait for more problems, man. I'm fucking bored. I'm bored. I need smoke. I need static. I need beef. I need something in my way so I can fucking stomp on it. I remember Mike Rashid, he was talking about how he was feeling like You know, if you know who that is, and you look him up, you see this is a very strong, very well built man who's essentially like, he just looked like he'll hurt you type shit. And he's just sitting there and talking essentially like, man, I need to physically challenge myself. Like, I feel like I'm getting soft. I need to go out there and fight. I need violence in my life right now. And it's just like, I couldn't imagine when I heard that at the time, I couldn't imagine reaching a point of like feeling like I have nothing to prove, and then also having the thought like, man, I'm getting soft. I'm getting soft. Now I totally understand. I totally understand. You have to be ready for whatever. For whatever. You have to be. Male, female, they, them. Bro, your pronouns, your whatever, however you see yourself, you gotta be ready. You gotta be ready. You can't go soft out here. You gotta be on point. And I'm not talking about like physically, I'm talking about in all ways. You need to be on point. But that's a little besides the overall topic of what I'm trying to touch on. But just more so like your priority shift, your perspective shifts, how you see things shift. And then, which is more of an extension of the perspective, but who you are and how you see yourself and relate to yourself. It's changed. You're not the same person anymore. You're not. And when you have conversations with yourself or with people about how you used to be and what you used to do, you just look back and be like, I don't even understand the thought process. What was I thinking? Why did I even allow that to go on for that long? Or why did I do this? And you're just going to be in the state of like, why? I don't even understand. Because you've now completely shifted into a whole other human being that cannot even relate to the person you were at the beginning. A book will help, but it's not going to get you to the point that actual execution and action would. A YouTube video would open your eyes on a technique or a perspective or a new way to go about things, but it's not gonna get you there. A mentor can give you all the advice that you need, can give you all the new perspectives that you could have or you could use or whatever the case may be, but you know what? It's not gonna get you there. Action is gonna get you there. You want to change? Do something different. Like actually do something different. Like, don't think about doing something different. Don't read a different book. Like, do a different physical or external action. Do something else. The point is to do. Because when you're doing, when you're engaging with life, when you're putting in the work, when you're leaving a footprint, digital or otherwise, you know, your subconscious is watching all of that. All of that. Like, your subconscious is such a big factor of what you're doing and where you are right now. And it's going to be a big factor on the type of person you're going to end up being later down the road. Because right now, if you try to tell your subconscious, I am this and I am that, it's going to be like, yeah? Is that right? So on December 17th, 2014, you wasn't beating your meat around this time? No? That's not true? Because that looks like you. You said you're a person of your word. Well, January 1st, 2017, you said you were gonna stick to that diet, but according to my records, you folded like 3 weeks in. That's not true. No, that's you. We got your ID on file right here. So you're not tricking your subconscious into anything. I think an identity shift is important. A paradigm shift is necessary. But you can focus on that, or you can focus on the work that will get you that. You can watch another YouTube video, or you can make this your last one for a while. For a while on this topic. Because when you watch videos like this on what you should do or how to do or how to be, the following steps need to be like, all right, this is what I'm finna do. And you start doing it. And then the next steps is, how do I improve on what I'm currently doing? Not how do I improve on me doing nothing. You know how to improve on doing nothing? You do something. You execute. You do some shit. You fail. You learn. You apply. You try again. You fail. You succeed. You apply what you learned in both situations. You get better at it. You slack off. You realize you're slacking off. You get back on it. Like, you don't have to just stop trying. If you feel like it's not working, it's working. If you feel like it's not working, it's working. There's a part of you that's dying. That's the problem. That's what you're feeling. Because the part of you that needs that result, yeah, it's dying. It's gonna die. And the way the mind operates, like I always say, it's trying to protect you. So that that persona that you have, because most people have dual personas and don't realize it. That persona that you have that just wants to chill and wants to get quick results so that way it can go back to chilling. And you go through this process you've never been through before, it dies. And it dies slowly, and it doesn't die easily. It's gonna fight back. It's gonna tell you need to do this, and what about this? Like, if you stop doing this, you'll never be the same. Man, do the fucking work, bro. Do the fucking work. I can make 100 videos about different aspects, but it all comes back to a single thing. Do the fucking work, bro. This life, this world is all gonna judge you on just results. Not what you're thinking about, not what you thought about doing, not what you were gonna do. Like, not just a thought. Like, no, bro, results. Results. That's it. I hope if you watch this, ironically, this is your last YouTube video on this particular topic, because you don't need to see nothing else. Just get to it. Stop fucking wasting time. Stop dicking around. Stop stopping and just get to it. I just want you to know that there's nothing in your way. That all obstacles are optical illusions. And if you don't believe in yourself, I believe in you, even though I've never met you. And there's hundreds and thousands of people who believe in you too. They just haven't met you yet. They haven't met the version of you that's gonna inspire them. Do you know you can inspire somebody just by trying to better yourself? Just by trying to be the version that you always wanted to be, you're gonna inspire somebody one day. I hope I inspire somebody. I hope I say something that makes somebody change their fucking life and they fuck around and change the world if I don't. I hope this video finds somebody and they become the next Alexander the Great. And they fucking make a change in the world that's like Genghis Khan level of impact. But I just want to stop here. I feel like it's been the longest one I've done so far, but this is important, man. This is an important thing to say to myself. It's an important thing to say to you. It's an important reminder. Do the fucking work. Do the fucking work.